I can envision a future when everyone will acknowledge Huh Kyung-Young as a significant figure in humanity. I am from God's world, okay? But from this invisible parting star I came. I'm dimensionless, right? This is not l'idea, this is a virtual world. Copy, right? You are trained as you travel around this virtual world. This is virtual. We have games like that. You could go into that virtual space and fly around on an airplane and ride on an airplane sign. This is Earth. You can't afford to go to the White Palace or this higher star and operate. So what happens is that you have to train on this planet Earth for hundreds of billions of years before that energy can go there and copy it into a person who can live forever. Okay? However, if you don't deserve it, you just become an animal. What kind of White Palace are you copying? So this house you're sitting in, this whole thing, over time it's just dust. It's virtual space, right? Everyone, my body will absorb it someday, so it's gone. Then the jungle you came from doesn't exist. You don't have a partner forever, but that's all that's left in your DNA, your memory, your hippocampus wife. It just follows you around forever. No one witnesses, no traces of it moving back and forth on Earth. No, this virtual world really thinks about this, takes the test, hates history, curses it, and becomes like this. I understand, I hate it. There is no one other than God who can be inferior. You only have 3 visible things in January Castle and keep arguing with things less than 3 dimensions. But that God's world is nothing, okay? I am from God's world, okay? You only have until January. I don't know that the sun and moon and stars are on it. So, because I am the person above it, there is a bit of a misunderstanding at first, but someday it will calm down and all of humanity will recognize Huh Kyung-Young. I see that day in my eyes. You can see 2 or 3 worlds. This is an invisible world. You understand? What is this context? January birthday. This is what is observed in the human world. The sun, moon, stars, all revered as deities. Can this be witnessed in reality? Such observations? What's the word on bad stars like Bekung-Byul? Were elders aware? January always holds sanctity. Is there anyone in January? Isn't it so? January, holy God understanding, the sun, moon, stars, and Baipeng. This is a world that cannot be seen by human eyes, right? You need to know that these 4 dogs are running space. It appears that way. People grasp this and engage without deeper insight. All right, universe powered by the divine force. You grasp the cosmos, right? Observe closely, spot the divine regulations initially. Somewhat difficult to discern. It's indeed hard to see. It remains elusive entirely. Okay? There are rules in the invisible world, but these are bigger. That's right, that's right. Being close is not a big thing. Yes, but it seems to have the biggest impact on us. But from this invisible parting star I came. Okay? So look at you guys as so one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. I'm dimensionless, right? How much would you laugh if you looked at the dimensional world in a cold world? I mean AI. The board is AI, right? Since it's a virtual world, this is not this generation. This is a virtual world. Copy, you know. So until then, you're going to be training around this virtual world. What does this mean? When an airplane pilot flies a 747, There are over 100 billion airplanes. Can you practice on that? Just if you fall, you'll be in big trouble. So you have to go into the virtual world and try flying a plane. That's Earth. Do you understand? When you get on the plane, it's like a real plane. But what is it? It's just a video. Virtual simulation, right? He goes there and adjusts the plane himself, but he looks the same after sending out the plane. But it doesn't matter if you crash while driving. That's right. That's right. The noise when the plane just takes off is the same. I can feel it as it is. I can feel it moving and I can feel it all. But this is not a real plane. It's virtual. We have games like that. You can go into that virtual space and fly around on an airplane and ride on an airplane sign. This is Earth. You can't live to go to the White Palace or to this higher star. So what happens is that it takes hundreds of billions of years of training on this star called Earth to replicate that energy into a person who can live forever. Okay? To do that, you have to get a good score here to be picked up as a pilot. You can fly a real plane. It's similar to that. If you don't deserve it, you're just going to be an animal. What kind of White Palace is a White Palace? Don't go to the animal pilot. Do that simulation. And if you fail, you don't need to fail the test later. Yes, no. And it won't be like that. It's just a simulation plane and landing on a virtual plane. This is LA Airport. This is Haneda Airport. Are you going to have to go through a real simulation at that airport? What is here at the airport in Guam? What is here? Cambodia. What propane airport? This airport around the world requires pilots to do simulations. The shape of the airport appears as it is. And if you just press the switch on the video, what is Afrumpen Airport? What is this? Tokyo Airport or something like this. Just the airport appears and the control tower is the same here. Then land and land. Then you have to land as you were told to land, right? And then the plane wobbles or goes off the line or something like that because it's the same as the real plane. You get a score there. If you don't join as a pilot, you're a failure. Right, isn't it? Okay? But this house that you're sitting in, all of this over time, it turns to dust and disappears. Virtual space, right? Everyone, my body will absorb it someday, so it's gone. Then the jungle you came from doesn't exist. Affirmative, then what truly exists? Who from 3,000 years ago can testify to such presence? That person is also gone. That's right, that's right. Well, there will be no lover forever, but that's all that remains in your DNA genes, your memory, your hippocampus wife. It just follows you around forever with no one to witness it. And there are traces going back and forth on the earth. No, the monument will disappear later. This is the tomb of darkness. What kind of grave is it? Over the years, it will be buried in the ground. If you want to sell tombs in the Baekje era now, there are many things hidden in the ground. So you have to live without a trace. I really think about this virtual world and pass it on to the test, and history just hates it and curses it, and it becomes like this. You know, I hate you. There is no one but God who can humiliate you. Okay? I can punish and do it when I systematically interfere with what God is doing or something like that shows up. You don't have that authority. Okay? Yes, God's world. You only have the visible world in January Castle and always argue with things less than 3 dimensions, but that God's world is this. It's nothing, okay? Today, on the last day of 2021, today with my words, I am from God's world. I see everyone. You know that this is not the world of stardom that you are looking at, right? I hope you understand that, okay?